Welcome. I have a shoulder mobility class for you today. We're going to use a dish towel, which I'm sure you all have, and a block. If you do not have a block, you can grab a book or something you can use as an obstacle. This is a really great like shoulder, neck, upper back kind of unsticking. So if you've been sitting all day, if you're an office worker, if you've been traveling, if you're just rounded forward, if you're tight, if you're a climber, if you're breastfeeding, basically if you're a human with shoulders, please join me for this class. So let's begin by just assessing how our shoulders feel. Take a nice deep breath in, see where you feel that breath in. Can you open up through your ribcage? And exhale. It's natural if your shoulders rise and fall a little bit, but do you only feel the breath up here in your neck and shoulders? See if you can make the breath bigger and wider. Bring your hands to your rib cage for a few breaths here. Inhale, widen your ribs. Feel that expansion and exhale. Release. One more time. Breathe in, stay right here. Exhale, breath out. Maybe beginning to invite that Pilates breath, breathing out through your mouth, finding some deep core activation. Now let's assess the neck a little bit. So start by drawing your chin towards your chest, and then exhale, lengthening it back on up. So your cervical spine has 7 vertebrae. So see if you can feel yourself flexing forward, bone by bone, instead of all at once. And exhale, lengthen it back up. I definitely have some that I can feel the movement, that I can separate the movement a little bit easier than others. Exhale, fold it down, breathe it in, and roll it back up. Just think if you're standing, roll down, all of that spinal articulation we do, we're doing it here, but now just with our neck. One more time. Breathe in, and come on back up. Now let's make that a little bit bigger. So chin towards your chest, and we're gonna draw these half circles. So I want you to think of leading with your chin and scraping your chin along your collarbone towards the left, towards one side, and then come back through center and do that to the other side. Think of scraping, scraping, scraping your chin along your collarbone. Feel this gorgeous stretch through the opposite side, and do that again. Take your time, really luxuriate in this. See what parts feel sticky and move even slower. The neck and the shoulders are obviously intimately connected. Okay, so when we unstick the neck, we unstick the shoulders. When we unstick the shoulders, we unstick the neck. This time, okay, coming back to the left. Now start to lean your head back in space. So it's like you're trying to listen to your shoulder blade on that side. And then back around through center, drop your chin as far towards your chest as you can. Come around to the other side and start to lean your head back in space without moving the rest of your spine, like you're trying to listen to your shoulder blade. And this time we're going to draw a full circle if it feels okay in your neck. And now open, open, open your throat up towards the sky. Try your best not to move anything else. Let's do one more in that direction. So this is borrowing a little bit, just thinking of controlled articular rotations from functional range conditioning. That just means joint circles, basically. Let's do 2 circles in the opposite direction, trying to make your range of motion as big as possible. So use a moving through your full range of motion. Breathing in, breathing out, trying not to let that breath be only shoulders. Try not to use your accessory muscles. Big stretch. Stretch through the front of your neck. And come back on up. Crown of your head reaching up. Now start to roll your shoulders. Glide them in big circles. See if there's any kind of clicking or sticking through the scapula. We're going to keep working on that. Now draw those circles in the opposite direction. One more time. Now I want you to bring your shoulders up way towards your ears, so elevate your scapula, lift, lift, lift. A lot of us get stuck here, right? So now pull your shoulder blades down, feel the opposition. Okay, so lift them back on up towards your ears to see what that feels like. Lift, 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 lift. See if you tend to do this a lot when I ask you to do stuff. If you tend to bring your shoulders up towards your ears like me. And now if you can feel the difference, you can let your upper traps relax and lengthen. Okay, so keep that sense of length of keeping the distance between your shoulders and your ears the same. Come on up to kneel, grab your dish towel, hold it about shoulder width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Begin to reach it overhead with your exhale breath, only going as far as you can maintain your rib cage position. Inhale, lower down. What does that mean? It means you're not coming, if this is as far as you get with shoulder flexion, and then you go here, jutting your rib cage forward. We're gonna resist that. So keep your ribs balanced right over top of your pelvis. Exhale just as much shoulder flexion as you have available. And lower. Okay, so it's normal for your shoulders, for your scapula to elevate, but it's the difference between here and here. Okay, so just keep working on learning about your shoulders. We're gonna work on creating more joint capsule space in our shoulder today too. Exhale, lift. Now, I should have said we're pulling a little bit of tension east to west. So left to right, you're pulling on your dish towel, and you'll notice that starts to create some warmth through those tissues. Kind of like it's a resistance band a little bit. Try to create a little bit of resistance. Good, now pause with your dish towel at shoulder height. Retract your shoulder blades, pull them towards each other on your back body, pinch them together, and then spread them apart. Pinch them together, retract, and widen, protract. Now it's really hard for me not to grip through my upper traps. If that's you too, you can try it without the dish towel, just reaching your arms forward in space if you don't need that extra resistance. Retract, protract. For 3. For 2, glide, glide, glide. 1 more time. Good, grab your dish towel if you put it down, bring it back behind you. Let's work through some shoulder extension. So in this kneeling position, your glutes are on, your hamstrings are on, your tailbone is reaching straight down in space. Keep your ribs over your pelvis, breathe in, prepare, and exhale, lengthen your dish towel away from you. Breathe it back. Elbows are long. Inhale down, exhale, stretch, pulling left and right. Little bit of resistance there. Exhale, reach. We could almost all use some more shoulder extension. Spending more time in this position. Exhale. Keep the space between your shoulders and ears the same. Feel this retraction through your scapula as you reach your shoulders back into extension. That helps us find a little bit more extension. Breathe down. Exhale, reach. Let's add some pulses on. So this time lower. Stretch your dish towel away from you, and let's go a little bit further for 3. Further for 2. Furthest for 1. Hold it there. Look over your left shoulder. Keep breathing. Look over your right shoulder. Back through center and relax. Let's do that again. Exhale, lift. Pulse for 3. Keep reaching your knuckles down and back. 2. 1, look over your left shoulder, mobilize your neck, look over your right shoulder. Ooh, and let that go. We're gonna do it 2 more times, starting by looking right and then left. Exhale, reach. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, look over your right shoulder, twist as far as you can. Everything else stays still. Center and lower. We've got 1 more. Exhale, reach. Oh, pulse. 3, 2. Use your exhale for 1. Look over your right shoulder. Center. Switch. And release. Ooh, that was warm through my shoulders. Come onto your hands and knees. Let's retract and protract, but in a different position relative to gravity. So this time, feel your shoulder blades hug together. Your ribs can sink down a little bit, but don't let them go completely. And then exhale, spread your shoulder blades apart, wide, wide, wide. Rib cage lifts away from your mat. Keep going. Make sure you can connect with this movement pattern before we add on. So in a lot of my classes, there will be a variation of an exercise in a quadruped position with your toes tucked and your knees hovering. So find that position now. Can you feel your serratus, these muscles here that wrap around your ribs? Can you feel your scapula steady in space and your neck long and your upper traps not taking all of the load? And now lower your knees back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Keep working on that armpit connection, the serratus connection. Let's hold this one lifted. Now see if you can protract and retract your shoulder blades, finding that same range of motion. These scapular push-ups. 3. Retract, protract. Knees are hovering the whole time. Lower down, sink your hips back towards your heels and find extension here. Really think of lifting your chest bone, your sternum, gliding it forwards, and armpits again hugging down. Another breath in. Exhaling that breath out. Come on down to your belly. Find a breaststroke prep position. Okay, so forearms are down on your mat. Breathe in, and now exhale to lift up. I like my legs wide for this. I'm pressing my forearms into the mat to help me lift. I'm retracting my scapula and lower it back down. Inhale here. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lengthen even more through the crown of your head and through your toes. Reach, 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 and lower. 1 more like that. Oh, I switched up the breath on you. And lower. Good. Now start to press through your hands. This time, as you lift up, press through your hands, reaching towards a swan position. So straighten-ish your elbows. If you have enough range of motion to find that extension through your spine, great. Can you retract your scapula even more and feel how that helps you find more spinal extension? And now bend your elbows back down, lower down, nose touches down, find that breaststroke prep position, and press up. Inhale, lengthen, 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 retract your scapula. That always helps me. And lower down. So your glutes and hamstrings are doing a ton of work to keep your low back safe. Your whole spine is extending here. Okay, but your lumbar spine, your cervical spine are naturally extended. So we're focusing a little bit more of the work on the thoracic spine. But do not panic if you feel some sensation through your low back. I used to always panic at that. Okay, if it's painful, well, still don't panic, but don't do it. Lower down, we're gonna do 3 more like this. Knowing the difference between finding some sensation in your low back and causing pain in your low back. We want a resilient spine though. We want a spine that can move through all its ranges of motion. Warming up through the backs of our arms here too. Retract your scapula, one more reminder. Last one here. Exhale to lift. Inhale to hold and lengthen, squeeze your glutes. And lower it on down. Press back. Find your knees and draw some big circles through your arms. Circle, circle, circle. And then I'm going to talk you through some FRC kind of arm circles. So just gonna be a little bit more specific. Okay, draw that circle in the opposite direction, feeling your full range of motion, but we're gonna bring a little bit more precision, mindfulness to these circles. So let's do one arm at a time so we can really focus. So I'm going to take my right arm, I'm going to externally rotate through my shoulder joint, so that means my palm is lifting up towards the sky, okay, maybe even further, depends on your individual shoulder, and then I'm going to begin to lift my arm up, 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 same thing, think of drawing that circle, but I'm externally rotating my arm bone in the shoulder socket as much as possible, so I'm trying to get my bicep by my ear, reminding myself not to borrow this movement through my rib cage, which I kind of want to do, until I cannot go any further with my shoulder. Then internally rotate, so that means I'm flipping my palm out, back, behind me, and continuing my circle, trying to get more internal rotation the entire time. And now reverse, so I'll show it from a different angle. So you're still holding internal rotation, reach, 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 reach. Go as far as you can, and then flip, externally rotating. You're trying to get your bicep towards your ear, and your arms coming across, across, across your body, and down. It's a lot of work. Let's do one more on this side. Expanding the rotational capacity through the shoulder joint. So externally rotate and reach your bicep as close to your ear as you can. And then flip, glide your arm bone in the shoulder socket and reach, 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 reach. Palm back, 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 back. Shoulder extension. Neck stays long. Try to keep your neck as tension-free as possible. And come back. Okay, let's switch sides. So left arm, rotate it open, externally rotate, so palm facing up, and begin your circle, reaching up, 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 shoulder flexion as you externally rotate bicep towards your ear, go as far as you can. So I have more external rotation available on my left side, I think. We'll find it really soon. And now internally rotate, reach, 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 reach back behind you. And FRC is very much like they're pushing you. They're like, reach, 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 reach. They're like, in a switch, come back. So internal rotation, shoulder extension, switch. They're kind of intense because their premise is all about bringing intensity to your mobility practices. So if you want to gain mobility, just like any other quality, it should be hard. You should be working hard at your end range. So let's do that again. I didn't work as hard as I could have there. Externally rotate, reach your shoulder into flexion. Keep everything else still. When you can't go any further, rotate around, medially rotate your arm, reach it back behind you. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears and draw that circle back in the other direction. Okay, come on down, back onto your belly. Bring your dish towel behind you. Grab onto your dish towel. Float your torso up to a hover. My feet are down. Lift your dish towel off your low back. Now lower the dish towel down and exhale, reach. I should say off your butt or off your hamstrings, where mine is. Exhale, lift. Keep the back of your neck really, really long. Lower and lift the dish towel. 4, 3, working directly against gravity now. 2, keep your knuckles reaching away from you. Resist the temptation to bend your elbows. Lower it down, bring your dish towel out in front of you. Think of bringing it just underneath your chin. And now stretch your arms forward in space. Your torso is hovering, and pull the dish towel back underneath your chin. Gliding it forward and pulling it back. This might be my all-time favorite exercise. Stretch and squeeze. Can you lengthen the sides of your neck? Can you warm through your glutes, through your hamstrings? And can you reach further through your toes? Move with your breath. 4 more. Taking care of your shoulders, your neck, your upper spine. It will thank you. 1 more time. Release it down. Grab your block. Okay, last bit of work through the shoulder joint, and then we're all done. So I want you to bring your head, your forehead to your hand, your elbow down to the earth. So think of making this 90-ish degree angle with your left arm, and then bring your hand on top of a block. That's just my starting placement idea for you. So maybe it's really comfortable. Okay, so what you can do is you can assess how much external rotation do you have. This is how much I have without moving anything else. This is how much I can externally rotate through my shoulder joint. So that's active range of motion. So if I bring my block, I place my hand on top of it, I'm gonna make a loose fist, and this is going to be a good passive range of motion for me. So if you need to stack a few books, if you need to stack something, if you need to come lower, just put something under your hand as a reference point. Now bring your forehead to your right hand and just hang out here for a few breaths. See how this feels. See what sensations you have through your shoulder joint. There should be a stretching sensation. If not, lifting up higher, trying to make sure you're not borrowing that movement from anywhere else, keeping your wrist long, keeping your elbow on the earth, keeping your ribs down. Take 3 more breaths. Breathe into your back body. Okay, let's add some work on. So now you're going to take your hand, your fist, and you're going to press it down into your block or into the earth if that's as much motion, range of motion as you have. Okay, if you're right here, that's fine, and you're still pressing your hand down. Let's press and squeeze and keep breathing. So this should be work. This should be work through your shoulder joint. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling this work deep within the shoulder joint. 1 more breath. And release, release. So stay here, but just let the effort melt away. Let's do it 1 more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to press, 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 press down. Press your fist, press your hand into the block, into the earth, into the book. Breathing in, breathing out. Upper traps do not need to do this work. These small muscles in your shoulder joint need to do this work. Press, press, press. And relax. Okay, now we're going to try to lift off the block. Okay, so if you can, so you can see mine's like the teeniest, tiniest hover, so it's actually a little bit high for me. So I'm just gonna do it without the block. So whatever's underneath you, try to lift your hand off of that surface, moving through your active range of motion for external rotation through your shoulder joint. So lift, lift, lift. You should be working hard here. Nothing else in your body is moving, but your shoulder is hopefully burning. And if not, try to get closer to your end range of motion. 1 more breath. And let it go. We're gonna do that 2 more times, then we're gonna do it all over on the other side, and then your shoulders, your upper back, your neck are gonna be happier with you for having done it. Exhale, lift. Pause, stay here. So your elbows pressing into the earth while your forearm lifts off. Breathe and reach. Keep your neck relaxed, keep your jaw soft, and work through the shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Release, soften. 1 more time. lifting off. So this work has really changed the way my shoulder joint feels. It's made such a positive difference in my shoulder joint. So for whatever that's worth, if that helps you stay with it and finish this class, keep going, keep going, keep going. And release. Let's assess our range of motion before we come to the other side. So just see how it feels with your block or book underneath. See how your passive range of motion feels. And then switch sides. So what's super interesting to note is that it does not always, you do not always have the same amount. You don't always have the same range on either side. So I find for me, my right side has a lot more external rotation. I can see that immediately. See how my hand is lifted effortlessly, not effortlessly, but a lot further away from the block. So check in if you need to grab something else. If you have a little foam pad or a book you can add, that's great. I'm gonna work with mine as it is. Okay, so begin by just finding this position and relaxing into it for a few breaths. Make sure you do have that 90-degree bend in your elbow. Make sure it looks the same, the angle, as it did on the other side. So we're starting to add intensity to mobility. Your hip and joint capsules, your hips and joints they're capsule joints and there's space within them. And these exercises help to create more space within the joint, which helps you move these major joints with a ton of movement available to them, helps you move them with more ease, therefore helps you move your body with more ease. Let's take one more breath. Okay, and we're going to begin by contracting down into your surface, the earth, the block, the book. Exhale, press, press, press. Press, 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 press. Can you squeeze a little bit harder? You have to work here. You have to find intensity here. Breathing in. And exhale, release it. Let's go one more time, contracting down into your block. Exhale, press, 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 press. See how it feels on this side. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. It's not easy. Your spine and pelvis are still neutral, remaining long. Breathing in and let it go. Okay, we have three liftoffs, and then we're done. Prepare, inhale, exhale, float your hands up. So here I do have enough range of motion to lift my fist off the block, and making that fist can also help you contract and feel that squeeze, that neuromuscular activation. Lift, 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 lift. Can you get a little bit higher? And release. We've got two more really good work. Stay with it. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Breathe in, prepare, and lift. Two more breaths. Lifting a little bit higher if you can. If you can, lift, lift, lift. And let it go. Feel that nice ease, relaxation. Last one, exhale, lift off. 5, stay for 4, lengthen and reach. 3, 2, 1, let it go, assess, see how that position feels. Press your way on up onto your shins. Find some arm circles and let all of the precision go. Let it be messy. Let your rib cage move. Let everything move. And the opposite direction. So don't worry if your ribs want to join the party. Don't worry about all that internally, externally rotate. Just let your arms swim forward. Good. Release down. Drop your chin towards your chest. Widen your chin towards your left side. Open your neck on up through center. Just draw those big fluid circles. Do another one in that direction. You can do this from a seat too. If your balance feels a little bit challenged here, draw that circle in the opposite direction. Oh, come on down to sit. Take a breath in. Breathe wide into your ribcage. And exhale. How do your shoulders feel? How does the breath move? How does your upper back, the uppermost part of your spine, how does your neck feel? Can you feel like your head is balancing effortlessly over your chest? And your ribs are balancing effortlessly over your pelvis. Feel that stack. Take another breath. And exhale. Okay, that's your shoulder reset, shoulder, upper, everything mobility class. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for moving with me.